thanks. George Adam, to be followed by Margaret Mitchell.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Presiding Officer, today we heard the first. Gavin Brown and the Conservatives have concerns. After that, I stopped listening, of course, because there wasn't much else from his speech, but that alone was something that they actually concerned about something in our communities other than themselves and their own cronies. But my own deep concerns is about our town centres, and one particular town centre, and I want the opportunities that this reform offers them. Mr Brown says it won't make a difference. It won't bring empty properties back into place. Well, just because he says it doesn't make it so. The gloom and doom that he then offers absolutely nothing, even though the Conservative-led Westminster Government have a similar scheme down south. Mr Brown also stated that landlords won't want to lease properties. Well, he clearly doesn't live in the real world, because in town centres, I will after I've actually mentioned this part, Mr Brown, he clearly doesn't live in the real world, because high streets across the country, there are actually shops who have multiple sublets, and there are actually property portfolios with people who have no interest in town centre regeneration, and their ideal is not to actually try and fill the property. Mr Brown, if you wish to come in
Gavin
now.
Brown.
Well, George Adam is a remarkable man, Deputy Presiding Officer, because he didn't listen to a word I said. He switched off, but he spent the last minute quoting me, which is quite impressive. Can he offer any evidence, though, that this government policy will bring empty properties back into use?
George Adam.
What I will say is there's a potential for 5,500 properties to get back into use. The other idea is we do nothing. We do nothing, just like you offer. Do absolutely nothing and leave our town centres the way they currently are, with no hope and no vision for the future. That is the thing that the Tories constantly come up with. The cost and impact, if we continue to do nothing, is £152 million per year in 2012-13 will actually be put in to subsidise empty shops. So we will be spending £152 million to keep shops and businesses closed. Now, that's not right, it's not correct in this modern, dynamic Scotland. What incentive does that currently give faceless absentee landlords in our high streets who sit in properties and, again, they have no interest in the regeneration of the town centres? Empty property rates reform will revitalise our town centres, providing an incentive to do so, working alongside other regeneration strategies and groups within our communities. And it's important that our town centres and to our local economies, working locally with the authorities and partner organisations, ensuring that we can have vibrant, sustainable town centres. Derek Mackay, the local government minister, has much experience in this, as he mentioned before, in Paisley Town Centre. He knows only too well the challenges that we have in this side of things, and he has worked within that scope as a councillor and now as local government minister. Now, in Paisley Town Centre, we have from Paisley Cross to New Street over 65 different landlords. And that is extremely difficult. The public constantly ask, how are we going to get people into the shops? And there is a difficulty. This alone will make sure that people have to keep their eye on their ball and ensure that they can do something with that property instead of sitting on waiting for things to get better. The public pride themselves in their town centres and they want to make that difference. Recently we had an event in Paisley, we brought them along here, the Renfrewshire Witch Hunt of 1697, not 1979 as they said in the Herald, but 7 unfortunate souls were tried and put to death for witchcraft. We had an event and it was extremely busy within the town centre. That made a difference. What a difference it would have made if we had a high street full of shops. Every decision I make here is based on what good it can do for the town of Paisley, and I believe that this actually passes that test because the status quo is not an option and, like the Tories, offers nothing.
Many thanks.